Your three objects, I remember the first one for very obvious reasons. And a green bottle was your last one, I think. And what
Yes.
was the one in between?
It was the hair clip because I had just kept it on the pillow next to the phone.
Got it. Got it. So the thing with the objects is that it tells us about our past, present, and future. So if my image is there, I'm sure it has to do with the decrees. Perhaps you have done a decree program in the past. Perhaps you have
Yes.
listened to more calls in the past. But
Yes.
somewhere, yeah, and this with hair clip. Now, a hair clip is a way to tie up things. And it is possible that the decrees have been helping you, have helped you to sort out stuff, have helped you get a bit more organized, either emotionally, mentally, or around your house. And I think I'm leaving you with no choice but to say yes. But feel
No, no,
free to
that's
say no.
definitely true. If you remember, I had dropped in a personal message also, wherein I was very confused and lost in life. With your doing the decrease for Saturn one, I had done it twice, and I had few lightning session also pending. But then I didn't felt like that I really have to do those because attending those sessions and having a word with you, I already landed up with a job, and my health issues were also getting sorted off kind of on their own. I really didn't had to pitch in like a lot of things to do. I just had to go through the decrease call every now and then, and things were falling out of in their own path. I'm really like full of gratitude. Most likely, whenever your call is being scheduled, I make the most of it to just hop on because I don't know how it's going to help me, but it does is like doing a wonderful job for me.
Thank
So
you. Awesome.
my
Awesome. Music
2024
to my ears.
started with my 2024 for all the audience. I would just like to reiterate that it started with a lot of tears and everything for past like 6 to 7 years. But I think now my 2025 is somewhere I just can't stop smiling. So
Fantastic. Round of
yes,
applause for everyone.
and I feel that this decrease sessions and other sessions also that I have like attended because they were aligned with your calls. So they are also like a great input in understanding why things are going in what ways, what are your karmas, and how you can at least clear up certain things. And it does help me, like really help me a lot.
Super, super. In the present, because your hair clip is in the present, this
Right.
sorting out, this organizing is continuing. And and the great thing is that actually you might be also wanting to take a bit of a break from it. Maybe there is stuff to
Yes.
do in the house that is requiring much more of your time that you're ready to give right now, but you'll get back to it. You need a
Right.
break right now, and it's good that you take the break, but you're going to get back to it because your present needs for you to continue your sorting and organizing. And your future. Now, a green bottle is fantastic. A green bottle is magical. A green bottle is not just that you energize your water either on a full moon night or the sunshine before the full moon night or on potent prosperity day, which is on the third day after the new moon, but energizing your water and using this green bottle is carrying a message for your future. And I will know more about that if you tell me your relationship with this green bottle. Do you like this green bottle? Do you take it everywhere with you? Do you insist? Is it your green bottle? Is it a family green bottle?
So, yes, this is my green bottle. I take it regularly to my office. And luckily, there is also a very similar, not in the design, but the color, a greenish color bottle that my father has recently gifted me because he told me like every now and then you just carry one bottle to all the places and it is not good. So you sometimes have to switch and you just get latched onto one object and you don't really leave that thing. So he gifted me another bottle. So normally I keep this one because this is 1.5 liters. It makes easy for me in the office to have a lot of water. And yeah, this is my own very regular
Superb.
bottle that I use.
Superb. And well, here's the interesting thing. But you also mentioned that there was no answer when you turn to the right, right? The right is
Yes,
the action giving, working father side. So
right.
while there does seem to be something with him that is part of your future and some sort of hesitancy, perhaps, that your father has with you, like he could give you much more, but he doesn't seem to
Yes.
be. Therefore, this gift is a great sign.
Okay.
And
Yes, he's quite hesitant on few things. Of lately, he is also getting healed along with me. We are both
nice,
hand in hand. So sometimes I pass on videos and calls to him so that he can understand few things.
fantastic,
And like you said, there's a healer generation that comes down from my father's side. And like from a very young age, I wanted to pursue, but I was not like very confident about that field. But of lately, he told me that I can pursue it once my kids are like 15 years old. So yeah, that's also a yes sign from him. That was something he has always stopped me from doing and thriving, which is something I'm very keen into. But then he always felt that I should have a normal life. But all the like I had a lot of relationship issues in my married life. Suppose that he feels that that was the ideal thing I should have pursued earlier. Given that now, I think things have fallen in place. I'm much more calmer, sorted with things, and now I understand why things are taking place as to why and what could would be the possible reason. And since decrees are working for me, I don't feel anything is like stopping me when it comes to my father's side. He's now very like 101% very supportive of all of my decisions, and he's like in hand with all all of it.
fantastic, fantastic. So, whatever is the block, let's put it in the past, let's drop it, because we also want
Right,
to get an answer from that side that says yes. But whatever is in the way will also be revealed. So, the relationship with your father is healing, but it doesn't mean that whatever did take place before is completely over and done with, because there are always two parts to us. One is the
right,
part that is here and today and wondering, why am I still so stuck? And there is the part of us that is sad, stuck, wounded. So that wounded part of you could still be needing care because the answer didn't come from the right side. However,
yes,
your future with the green bottle is definitely a gift, and it is a gift from your father as well. So it is the start of great things. Definitely take it everywhere with you and always
sure,
keep the green bottle throughout 2025.
right.
And it's also 1.5 liters, so it's not even your regular 1 liter. So you're going to be happy with
No,
the amounts of water because, as you know,
yes,
decrease means, yeah, you got to
yes.
top up. Cheers to
Right.
that.
Yes, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. In fact, why don't we have one more person come up?
Yes,
Yep.
absolutely. And because I had said I want we want videos on. So I've literally just skipped to the next person who's written and has the video on. And that is the lady who's been wearing her shades since the beginning. That is Radha Raghavan. Dr. Radha Raghavan is going to grace us with now her hair open because earlier I think she's mentioned about her rubber band, maybe not allowing her to move her head. And she has mentioned red water bottle, my black gel pen, and mouse of computer. And you are also unmuted, Radha.
Yeah, you'll have to tell me. Sorry. You'll have to tell me that again, but you've tied your hair.
Yeah, you just opened it.
But I really like your cool sunglasses. I really like the red. It's really nice. And okay, take me from the start. Take me to what the answer was. I remember you mentioned the head didn't move, but what answer came? The answer came yes.
It was yes.
Yes. And then what objects you saw? The three objects?
The first one was a red water bottle. The second one was my pen, black pen, gel pen. The third was the computer mouse.
Got it. Red water bottle. what have you been containing in your root chakra? Have you been doing active root chakra work? And your shades are also red, right? I'm saying it correctly, right? Have you been doing?
Actually, orange glass. It's an orange glass.
It's an orange glass.
Yeah.
Okay. And if I may ask, is your mother still around? How are things with her?
Between us,
Yeah.
good now.
Not so good in the past.
Yes.
Okay. Because one way or the other, this is making a difference to the way that you are expressing yourself. And the pen, for example, right? It's a black gel pen, you said?
Yes.
So the way that you would either express yourself in general, not just with your mother, has changed because of what took place with your mother. So if the things with your mother have gotten better, then you are expressing yourself more. Is there a desire to actually write something? Is there a desire to start writing, is there?
I have written. I've started writing.
Fantastic. Is there a book in the offing?
Right now, I'm writing for Medium, articles for Medium.
That's what you meant, next article. Good, good. And this is going to go on for a while. I think that this is going to go on for a while because, and yet, beyond a point, you are going to become so much quicker in your writing that you are not going to be able to do it full justice when you're writing, and you're going to have to switch to typing. Is this slowly starting to happen? Because that's why the mouse.
Yes.
And also when you are writing, do you also have to transcript it back into a digital like medium, like for example on a Google Doc or on an email? You do have to type it out, right? So this partnership that you're having between the pen and the mouse is going to start becoming the mouse completely. You are going to start moving away from writing. Maybe you will write little lesser, and you will start typing more. So what happens is, of course, those of us who enjoy writing, we enjoy writing. We prefer to write, right? You need the pen, you need the paper, you need the color pen. But what happens when you are doing it and it's getting published? There comes a point where you want to write, but it just seems more efficient to start typing it. And that is going to start happening to you. And it is going to happen faster than you think. So not like a year later or anything. It'll start happening within the next few months.
My writing is actually quite illegible. You can see this.
Right.
It's a true doctor's writing, it's not legible at all.
Correct. But is it legible to you at least?
Yes.
Okay. All that's required. But again, you will start seeing, right? Because what we end up doing when we are writing before, it's like the rough draft, right? Then the fair draft we make, and then we do the typing. And this time between the rough draft, second rough draft, and the final draft is going to start becoming much smaller. You're going to get much more efficient at straight away putting it down and sending it off. So it is great. And beyond this, I know that you work as a radiologist, right? How is that going? Fantastic. Fantastic. And the answer you had gotten was a yes? Oh, lovely. Lovely. So it is saying that your future and the money is linked to your writing and publishing. So I'm not getting a sense. At most, we can say there is some amount of equipment, digital equipment involved. But because it's the mouse, and the mouse doesn't really help you type, right? The mouse takes you to various places. So yeah. a little more focus and attention is required in your writing. How many rough drafts do you make? No rough drafts. It's straight away the final draft. Fantastic. Fantastic. And are you satisfied with the flow from the top to the bottom? Excellent.
So I do keep a 15 minutes in early morning after I get up. And whatever I think, I just write it down. And I autocorrect the grammar and all that basic, very basic stuff. And
That is the focus.
huh, it
Yeah,
just
that is the focus.
it just accepts it.
Right.
So, and then people comment and
Nice.
and then they clap and yeah.
Nice. Nice. Superb. So you are doing fantastic, and more money is available for you in this work. So it is going to come. More is going to come from here. So congratulations on the yes, as well as the fact that it's actually a pretty smooth journey. And may you have an even greater relationship with your mother. Whatever blocks might be there, what if they are not anymore? What if they leave? Any issues with the mother, drop it. Blocks with the mother, drop it. Whatever she did, didn't, could, couldn't, would, wouldn't, drop it, drop it, drop it. So cool, Radha, so cool. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And let's take a look at our next three objects.
Thank you, Radha. And before we get one more, at least one more person on, Nidhu, I just wanted to say that apparently I have also started divining, because I did mention mouse yesterday, and the mouse has landed up today.
You did. You did.
And I actually started scrolling to see if anybody mentioned moose also. The big moose.
Correct. You have started defining.
All right. So
Tell me just three
Yes.
objects right now.
Okay, so Nidhu, because in fact, because I don't know when I will get this opportunity again to be able to get on somebody with you, and because I just said, look, I said mouse, and look, mouse showed up. So one more person will get on with
Yes.
you, and then then we'll just
Okay.
take it verbal after that.
Okay.
Thank you so much for your yes. And I did see Heidi there. So Heidi comes on. I think Heidi the first time had a yes with her head movement, and the second time had the yes, no, yes, no, yes, no happening.
So
And
good to see you, Heidi. Hi.
And lamp, picture, and roof window. But of course, Heidi will tell you herself. Heidi, you went back on mute. I've sent you a request. And I also, before both of you start interacting with each other, I do want to mention seeing Heidi again after a long time, but as gorgeous as ever.
Yeah,
I mean, like, what is aging? There is no aging.
correct.
So
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. In fact, I think she's
Yeah, the
even
degrees
younger
work
than-
in every part of my life, yes.
Delighted. By the way, everybody, Heidi is also a decrees practitioner, which means that she's certified and qualified to be working with everybody using the decrees, as well as the other work that she does.
And
too.
my clients love the degrees. Yeah.
I'm so glad. I'm
Yeah.
so glad. Tell me,
So
Heidi,
it works.
so there was the actually slight upward because it went,
Not
back.
slight, it was really fully, my head fell fully backward.
Got it. Got it.
And then I got a yes.
Nice.
But when it was not very comfortable in this position, and when I get back, so the yes left. It doesn't stay. And when I again get back, because you told us to open the eyes and look. First I saw a lamp on the wall, and then a picture on the wall and the roof window.
Got it. What was the picture?
The picture was made by my daughter, and it's there are two fishes representing yin and yang.
Oh, beautiful. It's a picture of abundance.
Oh.
It's a picture of abundance. It's a picture of duality in oneness. So it's also very spiritual prosperity and wealth. I think I know this particular image. But first, let us, instead of making you wait to see the details of what up means, let us first show it to you right now. So for a moment, we're going to go off screen. Please let us do the up reading. And we will all stay quietly for 1.5 minutes to go through it.
Okay, give me a moment.
Sure.
We want the up, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I've got to escape this and do it again. Sorry. Coming right up.
Up. For everybody else also who said, does this make sense? And of course, Heidi is going to answer for her behalf, but please go ahead and write in our chat.
Should I stop the screen, Jen?
Yes. Heidi, you've read it?
Yeah,
Okay.
I read it, and
some of it makes sense, some of it
and some of it, so I am a person who constantly is changing things. I love changing things. And but what's coming up for me is the self-criticism, and the self-judging, and self-doubt, because of my new, I say new work of writing. I was very touched by the writing of Radha, and because I published my a couple of books in the last weeks, and I published my first love romance book. And now I'm really in doubt if it's good enough for publishing, and yeah, that's what's touching me in this text the most.
Right. And in that, the answer came with this, right? Which is really to say, don't worry, turn to a higher intelligence, because that's what the up movement is, that your relationship with the universe and the trust and faith required with the universe needs to be restored. So wherever you may have lost it, that's what you have to work through.
Mm-hmm.
That somewhere you don't fully trust that it will take care of you. And by the way, this is a tricky space for all of us, because sometimes very often we think that if I am going to trust the universe, or my understanding of trusting the universe means I'll get what I want. And that is not what it means. What it means is Bandhur Atmave, that no matter what happens, it is going to be for our best, because it is being done via our best friend. That even if our best friend is not giving us the happiest news in the world, they're still our best friend. So this understanding with the universe is a challenge for all of us, right? Because moment things don't go our way, or God forbid, something unhappy happens, the first thing that we cannot find in our hearts to do is understand that it's still for the best, and that the universe still has our back, right? We feel abandoned. We feel like they're not listening. We feel like there is no God. In fact, do you believe in God?
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. Awesome. So
Yeah, I believe, and it's in all the other things in my relationship, with my family, and with my other businesses, and the whole thing in the world. I trust, and I know everything that happens to me is for my best, but only in this particular thing of writing these books and publishing these books, suddenly there is a doubt.
yeah, but what if you don't have to have it? Let's drop it. So doubt, drop it, drop it, drop it. So we're going to let that go, and we're going to see what the messaging is for that, because your past is showing a lamp, and this lamp could be, how do you feel when you look at this lamp? Is it an old lamp? Is it a lamp you got to let go of? Is it a lamp that's not lighting anymore? Is it a lamp you enjoy lighting a lot? Tell me a little bit about this lamp.
Oh, I enjoy it, yeah. And
it's working well?
Pardon?
It's working well?
Yeah, it's working well, and yeah, and I like it. Otherwise, I had changed it.
Okay. Correct, because you love change and you're very
Yeah.
comfortable with
Yeah.
change. Got it.
Yeah.
So, but having this lamp show up in your past reading indicates that either you have been that light and lamp, or you've been carrying a lamp for someone. So, we say carrying a candle for someone.
Yeah.
So like carrying a lamp for someone. So either
Yeah.
you've been that lamp in someone's life where you're lighting it up, or you might be carrying a lamp for someone, which means there might be a past relationship you are not fully settled about. Maybe you have not forgiven the person, provided they are younger or same age. Maybe you have not forgiven yourself. Maybe your head goes in directions that thinks, but if that had worked out, or and that relationship could be anything, by the way. I don't mean necessarily romantic. It could have been a friend, it could have been a boss, it could have been a colleague. That if that had worked out, my life would have been very different today. My life in the present would have been this abundance picture. Because I feel like there is some regret that may be hidden somewhere. Now, the opposite is also true, where you being a lamp in so many people's lives, because and I have no doubt your clients adore you and love you. You're a fantastic, kinesthetic masseur. You talk to the body. And therefore, this light that you have brought and been in other people's lives have brought you this abundance. So it is working at a couple of layers, your first two objects. And the third one, asks us to take a little bit of care, and which is also why I'm focusing on the regret for the first object, because a window is a great thing, right? A window is an opening. It's an opening to see a bigger world, a brighter world, a greener world. But an opening can also indicate being trapped, because an opening of a window is not like the opening of a door, that you can see only a bit and not fully. That I can open a window, but I can't open the door. So I sense that some amount of regret is blocking some of the abundance, because these two fishes, I think even in feng shui, this is actually a very good picture to have at home. This back and forth. Right? It's like a Gemini sign, like the Gemini, like the Piscean sign. Sorry, not Gemini. The Piscean sign has two fishes back and forth, and it is for the abundance and prosperity of the Piscean sign. But I feel like there is something, because of the end result of the window, that something is stopping you from making it a door. It's a window, which is amazing. It's wonderful. But it's still a sense of some constriction, restriction, and restraint. Like I might end up trapping myself, and maybe trapping myself in the way of how I light in the world, of how I light a lamp in the world, of how I give in the world, how I work in the world. And that has to be avoided. So there, I feel like the window is fantastic, because it is saying that you've opened a window to something, but it's not yet a door, and something is therefore holding you back. Do you sometimes get a sense of feeling trapped?
No, not really.
Restricted?
But maybe I'm holding me back.
With the self-doubt?
Yeah.
With the self-doubt and the self, could be.
Yeah.
And that must be very restrictive, because I'm not picking up the window as, how do you feel when you look at the window? Sorry, I'll complete my thought. But how do you feel when you look at the window?
So I feel good, and I often look through this window because I can see the sky.
Right. And correct. But you're inside and not in the sky.
But I'm inside, yeah. And it makes sense that, yeah, it's not opening fully.
Right.
It's not opening up for the fully possibilities
Right.
that I have. And
right. Because you would like to be out there and flying. And I remember somebody else, we had a reading around this, and they were like sky and trees, but there was also the window. And so therefore, some part of you is not flying or not soaring, because you're seeing the sky as much as you would like to. And the answer will lie in where your head has moved and how the answer has come. So I think it has to do with trust and faith in the universe.
Yeah, and what comes up is that I can feel, and I know that I have much more potential.
Right.
But I can live today. There is much more. I can do much more. I can be more magical. But yeah, there is something blocks this full potential that I have.
How often do you light this lamp?
Not so often.
For the
I like it, but I don't light it so often, I think.
Till 3rd January, if possible, light it every day.
Yeah. Okay.
And let us see what happens. And of course, whatever's going on with the universe, and we'll take a look at it in our calls as well.
Yeah. So what comes in my mind is I have to much more often to light the lamp for myself, not only for the others, but for myself.
Beautiful. Beautiful. And you will do it.
I will do it. Yeah. I will do it.
Self-empowering, inner empowered, inner empowered, inner empowering. It will happen, Heidi, and we will all remind you to.
Thank you.
So now, from now till 3rd of January, every time you light the lamp, you're going to say, I'm lighting it for me.
Yes, I will do it.
Fantastic. Fantastic. So happy to see you, Heidi. So happy to see you.
You too. Thank you.